Hey everyone, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I am back once again with the Inspector Who Reacts. Hello, Inspector.
Hello.
And how are you, Inspector?
Pretty good today.
Good.
Ready to talk and
Yep.
chat and discuss.
And hello, everybody. We have MXC and Captain Spike. And how are you guys doing? Look, this movie better get a 10 or I unfollow, then follow and then unfollow. Ragnorak and roll. I
But
like that.
yeah, let's get your rating out of it
Okay.
first.
So I do. All right. So I have some. So I have some things to say, both positive and negative. So okay, now again, for me personally, like I feel like I'm one of those. Some people are very particular with the type of foods that they eat. I am one of those people who's very particular about the types of movies that she likes to watch. So I feel like I can be difficult to please. So I don't know. I just feel like I need to say that. So that being said, like once again, not once again, but there's
Well, just speak your minds. Okay, what do you think? What do you think of the movie?
it's I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like I don't dislike it, but I did go into this movie with high expectations because I know everybody shut up. Because I know everybody loves this movie. I know it's
We
supposed to
did
be
we did kind of hype you up a bit for
y'all
this
hype
movie
me
though.
up.
Um,
um and well, not only that, I mean Thor was growing on me and I did like Thor in this movie. I just want to say that. Like with the first Thor movie, I wasn't crazy about him. Like I really didn't like him at all. And then over the next few movies with him in it, I grew to really like him. Um Daniel, hello.
I was actually gonna say out of the three Thor movies, where would you put this one? Second or first?
Okay. Oh, I feel like I would have to watch the first one again. Um I guess I like that one. I guess I guess I would say the second one, then the first one, and then this one. But I
This
might,
one least?
yeah, I might have to go back and watch the first one just to be sure because there were things about that movie I really didn't like. Um,
But you dislike this one even more than the first one.
I, again, I feel like I would have to watch the first one again. I don't know. I don't know. So okay, um, I can see why people like this movie. Like I feel like I have an understanding of that, and maybe there's more that I didn't see or think of when I was watching the movie. I feel like I can see why people like it because of what Thor's character goes through.
Yeah.
He, his hammer was something that, not that it completely defined him, but it was a big part of who he was, about where he drew his strength from, and you're going down a path I cannot follow. um, I feel like I'm rebelling with my Star Wars shirt today. Um, his character went through a lot, and I feel like didn't he have a moment? I don't know if I'm remembering this incorrectly. Like, didn't he have a moment with the spirit of his father, and he's like, "I'm nothing without it, like without my hammer or
It's
my
like I can't fight her without my hammers.
right." And that reminded me of from Spider-Man, like I'm nothing without that
Yeah.
suit. And so like they both had this moment where they kind of had to like really dig deep and um, but he had to dig deep, but he's still a god, so like he still had all these powers or whatever. But I get that, so I can see because of that why people like it. Um, the God of Hammers. um, and Loki. So I liked Loki most in this movie. I could see the character development with him, but at the same time, it didn't feel true to who he was or how he's been
Yeah,
portrayed.
there's an interesting thing about this movie. Um, okay, for me personally, like I love this movie. I think it's the most fun Thor
Mm-hmm.
movie to actually sit
Yeah.
down and watch. But okay, so we were having a small discussion before you actually got in. You mentioned like the comedy,
Yeah.
and
Like
I'll admit, oh, just sorry, real quick, I was
no.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
I'll admit, I did think this movie was almost a little too funny.
Okay.
Like it felt like there were like it didn't feel like the emotional moments were. They felt like they were played off for comedy.
Yes.
which is kind of unfortunate. Otherwise, yeah, this movie does great comedy, but it almost feels like it does too much comedy.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, because I had mentioned in our discussion before, Steve, hello. I remember in watching the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian, and Taika Waititi was on at the round table, and I remember him saying that he likes to bring humor to all of his projects, which I think is
Yeah,
really great, and he did such a great job of it in The Mandalorian. Um, and he did well with, like, I like that they brought humor to this movie, but like you said, it wasn't always at the right times.
this is what I would call Taika Waititi unleashed. Like, this is what I would say. Give it like Taika Waititi with a budget and unleashed.
I like that. That is perfect. Yeah, it was and like, and again, it's not that it wasn't funny, it was just too much. Um
Yeah,
like in the very
it,
beginning when this big fiery being, I don't know who he was. I couldn't follow this movie. I'm going to tell you right now.
oh, okay, yeah, that's Surtur. That's Clancy Brown. That's Savage Press. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a fun little fact for you.
that is really cool. I always
Yeah,
say, in every movie, there's always like a surprise of who played what, and it's like, oh my god. Um,
Mr. Krabs. Um,
oh, cool.
yeah, it is. It's almost like because I went from the trailers, the movies look really epic. But I don't know, when we went to this movie, it was like, okay, so we're just doing like we're kind of playing like not taking things seriously. Especially, but I do
Yeah.
love it. The part rewatches, it's more because you kind of know how the outcome. It's kind of more fun to rewatch
Hmm.
the humor.
I feel like this is like, I was thinking about this before. Like, I feel like this is a movie maybe I should rewatch and would rewatch to kind of figure it out. Like, there are certain movies that I felt that way with, like including the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, there's some movies I just don't. I know there's more to it, and I don't necessarily see it right away. I don't necessarily get it. But I would give this movie another chance. Um,
Yeah,
but it is one of those more, like, you know how I am with the action packed movies, like not really my thing. Um, so that was a little bit of a, you know, I don't know, and and I have a hard time following some action packed movies. I'm like, wait, what's going on now? Why are they here? What's going?
this this is this is as Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like it. Um, so when this movie came out, we already knew the Hulk was in it. They put it in the trailers. It was a surprise for me. It was a cool surprise.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I was like. I was kind of excited to see her, like, because you had no idea he was
no.
going to be in this movie.
Oh, so that's cool. Yeah, I was completely surprised, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And oh my god,
You're like Thor, like yes.
I love his reaction. He's like, "Oh, this is one of my coworkers. I know him." It's
And,
like,
and he's like, Loki, look who it is, and Loki's like in complete fear.
it's like, oh my god. That scene was, I was hysterical. That was hilarious.
That that is the that is my absolute favorite moment because you gotta get the build up, like what's this big monster that Thor's gonna have to fight, and then the reveal is, oh, it's his friend.
And he's like so excited. And I just love him using the term coworker, like calling him a coworker. Like,
Yeah,
it
and
was funny.
and then of course Thor tries to get him to, it's like, hey big guy, sun's getting real low.
Yeah, so when that scene first started, and they, like, Hulk obviously didn't recognize him, and they were they were fighting. That thought came to me. I was like, why isn't he using the special words? Why isn't he using the special words? And then he did, and I was like, oh yes, awesome, it's gonna work, and it didn't. I was like, oh crap.
Because he's not a hot Russian widow, so it's.
You know?
And then of course, like he does the exact, like he kind of like beats Thor up the same way he did to Loki in the first Avengers. It's kind of like the exact same moves, and that's why Loki was like, yeah.
Now you know how it feels.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson could say that to anyone, and it would work.
Yeah. I will say, I was like, that's kind of like, I kind of was I don't think disappointed, but I kind of wish they didn't reveal that in the trailer.
That would have,
Hulk was gonna be this one.
yeah, it would have
Because I
had more
really
of an
that would have
impact.
been an interesting surprise.
Yeah, I feel like I could see how that would have had more of an impact if you didn't know about that before. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, like something exciting, a nice surprise. Um, oh, what? Yeah, that you
Yeah,
guys knew about it before. Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, maybe they did it to draw more people in, like to go see it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that was, and I thought it was funny when he finally does go back to being human. He's trying to
Banner.
prevent him from freaking out. And he's like, "Sun's getting real low. It's getting real low. Getting real low. Go,
It's
go,
okay,
go."
it's okay, okay, okay.
He's like, "Would you stop saying it?" Oh, it was funny. Uh,
I honestly like. I think again, Hulk. I think works best when he has somebody to bounce off of
hmm
as a character.
Yeah.
Um, so his, so it's really great. It also gives Thor a character to kind of bounce off of because he doesn't really have many characters to bounce off of.
That's
And
true.
like the only characters he had was like his love interest Loki in
hmm
the other movies.
Yeah. And Natalie's gone. And
Yeah. So that was another thing. I was like, how was your reaction to that reveal?
I was
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I feel like I had heard that she wasn't doing Marvel anymore. I just wasn't sure at what point that happened. But I was disappointed that she wasn't in it. Um, but
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, then it's more time, more of a chance for him to shine. And um,
It was mutual dumping.
yeah,
It's okay.
poor Thor. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, um, remember the first Hulk movie? It was not done by their studio, right?
yeah.
Um,
Um,
oh, they can't use Hulk. Oh, I see. They can't use Hulk in a standalone movie. Interesting.
yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
They,
frustrating for the actor. Like he can't have his own.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's like it means less work, but more stuff to like. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm I'm a big important character, but I don't have to be in every like.
Yeah. Oh, he gets paid. Well, I'm sure he gets paid better than all of us. That's for sure. Um,
um,
I didn't like. One of the things I didn't like about his character. I don't know. I guess I won't say that I didn't like it. Maybe I don't know how I feel about it yet. It was surprising that like this was the first time that I recall that he talks as Hulk. At least,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the first Hulk movie that was out, outside of their studio. So I don't know if it happened in that
Yeah.
movie, but
He did talk in the first Hulk movie. He can talk. He just doesn't. Uh, this movie, he finally, I guess, because he was Hulk for 2 years,
mm-hmm.
was able to adapt and learn and speak
Oh,
much more,
okay.
like much more properly.
I guess that makes
But
sense.
yeah,
I was just surprised. I was like, wait, he can talk now? Like,
yeah,
um, in the movies
yeah. In the
that I've
previous movies
seen,
before, he's mostly just shouted and roared. He's never
mm,
really had
yeah, grunting
words.
and whatnot. He mutters and says words, but not really talks. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So yeah. That kind of was surprising. A lot of different things in this movie. Um. What else? Um.
What did you think of the Doctor Strange cameo?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I was disappointed it was so brief. I mean, it was funny.
Yeah,
He was basically like, all right. He was like, all right, why are you here? Oh, you're looking for Odin? Okay, just if I show you where he is, will you go? Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to
He was
keep
just like,
everything, status quo here. Just go. Um,
and he's gotten better with his magic. He's like just
he's like,
snapping.
I need just a strand of your hair. And then,
And Thor's like, he's like apparating all
yeah.
over the place, and Thor's just like, stop that, and then he's like rolling down the stairs.
And then Loki shows up in that scene, right? And then he basically
We
just
get
throws.
we get the best Loki scene. I have been falling for 30 minutes.
Oh, well, he moves
But
to
yeah,
Hulk talking
yeah,
first
like,
Avengers.
uh,
Oh,
uh,
I don't
yeah,
know talking.
yeah. We had Doctor Strange. It's kind of interesting how like the universe is connecting, even though like we don't have like they're not like the movies aren't overlapping, but they're connected. Like there's
Yeah,
literally,
no.
you're in the same city.
The same
It has,
universe, the same, yeah. And I do like how they do that. How there's they bring the characters in, how they're this whole fictional world does kind of fit together, and everybody has their own part to play, um, and how it their lives kind of interweave sometimes. Um,
yeah.
Valkyrie, who was Valkyrie? I know the name.
The Valkyrie girl with the one that fought Hela, the one that
Oh, this is the girl.
catch.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's her name.
Okay.
Valkyrie.
Okay.
Oh, I love her.
She's
She's
cool.
great
I
in this
like
movie.
her. She's a fun character. Um, the okay, so their sister Hela.
Yes.
Okay, she's a cool villain, but she's scared, powerful, and
She's simple, but yeah, she's very intimidating.
yeah, she reminds me of Maleficent. Too much of Maleficent, the like in
Yeah.
her look, which I was like, I feel like, how come no one's mad about? Oh, it's Disney. Maybe that's why. I was like, how come no one's mad about that?
Uh,
um, it was for me. It was way too similar. I thought that was kind of weird, but I don't know how she originally looked in the comics. Maybe that's just how she looked.
I think that's what she looked like in the comics. Her design's
Oh, okay.
very like they're like as the comic book movies progress, they were getting more because they're getting much more comic accurate. I
Mm-hmm.
think because of the freedom to be a little more because sometimes comics can be ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
so that doesn't like always translate well to film.
Right.
But now it's like okay, the MCU is getting big enough that we can just do what we want
Mm-hmm.
and make it work.
Right.
We don't have to be as realistic or grounded all the time.
Mm-hmm. That Dark World play was so funny. This movie was the closest to comics yet. Yeah, you guys would know better than me, which I'm sure makes the movie even better for you, like for other people who've read the comics.
Oh, here's an interesting fact though. Hela was actually in the comics is not Thor and Loki's sister. She's actually Loki's daughter. In the comic story.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's a change.
I wonder why they changed that. Like he could have had a daughter that we don't know about. I mean, I don't know how old he is. I'm assuming hundreds of years old. I don't know. Um, which is like when they announce that when Odin says he has a daughter, or we find out whatever that he has a daughter, I was kind of like surprised. I was like, how did they not know about that? And when did he have time to have a daughter? But then I was like, wait a minute, he's a god. He's really, really old. It's not like normal time. I was like, this is like a soap opera. How did he hide this?
The other is your sister, but I have no sister.
We're getting
Yeah,
very
she went to the dark side.
yeah. I was gonna say this is getting very Star Wars now.
I mean, Odin even becomes one with the Force, like
Mhm.
Luke.
Yeah, there were a lot of similarities. Like even the thing with his eye. So like Odin doesn't have his eye,
Yeah.
and then Thor loses his eye, and I was
Yeah.
like, I see what you're doing there. What do you think
Can't be
about
king of Asgard unless
Matt
you lose an eye.
Damon as Loki? You see, I thought that was Matt Damon, but I wasn't sure, and I know I have to be careful with what I Google. I thought it looked like him, but I wasn't certain.
Yeah, it was Matt Damon, which is
A cool cameo.
that was so funny. Just see like we are so going backwards here, but we're kind of
That's
it's
okay.
just fine. But yeah, this is a discussion. But that was so yeah, Loki, the actor Loki, like the stage actor Loki, is played by Matt Damon, which is and Thor actor like okay so Thor's actor's brother is playing Thor's actor stage.
So
His real life brother
his real life.
is playing.
Interesting. One of Chris's.
Yeah,
brothers.
I was saying this to my head. And I was like, wait, how am I going to
Luke.
explain this? Yeah,
That's no wonder they look so much alike. I was like, I don't know who that is, but that's pretty good.
yeah. Then we got Sam Neill playing Odin in the stage.
I don't
A
know.
lot
Who
of like familiar actors.
Mm-hmm.
um, play and family play in the Loki's play, Loki Odin play, which is it's fun seeing Odin, but it's Loki.
Yeah, when I guess I was a little confused, and obviously I remembered wrong. For some reason, I thought that Odin was dead. I don't remember what happened in the second Thor movie, but
it,
I thought he was dead.
yeah, it wasn't clear what happened in the second Thor movie, so this kind of like elaborates.
Okay. Um, well, yeah, because when we saw him, I didn't realize it wasn't really him at first. I was like, oh, like he's alive. Oh, that's great. Oh, he's kind of being a little weird. Like, what's happening here? What's going on? And then,
He sees Thor, it's like, oh.
um,
Actually,
Sam Neill.
I completely didn't make that connection.
um,
But it counts like um, yeah, you see, he does bring up that point.
oh, so I don't even remember asking. I can't remember. I remember bits and pieces of the movie, but not all of it.
Yeah,
but I had it in my head he was dead.
during our discussion, we couldn't explain it because we were like, yeah, we know what happens, but we can't say anything. What happens? Like, I think that's what we said. It's like, you will see when we get to this movie.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's why I'm glad not that he's dead now, but I thought it was cool that he was alive. Oh, this was another thing about when we see him that I was like, that's kind of weird. Um, that he was wearing like normal people clothing. Like I realized he was in
A nursing home, I think.
oh, he was? I know
Yeah,
he
Loki
was
like put him in a human nursing home.
okay, I knew he was like on Earth. Like so like I mean, I knew he was on Earth, so I understood why he did, but at the same time I was like I don't know. It's like we're seeing like this is supposed to be an epic moment. He's dying. His final moments, bidding farewell, dropping a truth bomb on his kids. And he's
Yeah.
dressed in normal. I'm like, I don't know. I felt like he should have been dressed like a god. Like he should have been dressed like him as himself, not a disguise. I don't know. I thought it was weird, but I realize I'm being nitpicky. But
Yeah.
he's wearing a
Well, actually,
salmon-colored shirt.
another kind of interesting fact. That field, that everything around them,
Uh huh.
like where Odin dies, that's all green screen.
Really?
And that originally was not, that scene where Hela shows up was not on the field. It was supposed to be in an alleyway because Odin was supposed to become a hobo.
Oh.
Yeah, and the trailer actually showed the alleyway scene, but in the movie it was the field, which
Interesting.
was.
I feel like the field is
Which
more
I
appropriate.
did notice that. I was like, okay, the Google green screen's kind of weird here, but it was like, okay, it's because they changed backgrounds. But I do prefer the field over the alleyway.
But yeah, I feel like Odin would have deserved a better final scene. I don't know. I don't know. It just.
I liked. Also, it is kind of a sweet little. It is a kind of sweet thing to hear Odin. You know, He's referring. He says his son, so he considers Loki his son.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of acknowledgement for Loki there.
Yeah. Which is nice. They broke out their gear when Hela arrived. Him turning into glitter dust wasn't enough. Got it.
That is also another thing that was in the trailer that was revealed was Thor's hammer getting destroyed. So,
When I saw that, I was like, okay. Okay, I get it. Like, they are related. Like, so she has that ability, but I realized she wasn't picking it up. She was just destroying it. But I'm overthinking it. But wouldn't she still have to have that worthiness to even be able to break something like that? Like, you have to have the worthiness to hold it. Shouldn't you have the worthiness to destroy it?
I think because originally Hela did own Mjolnir before Thor had it, and Odin did put the curse on it. I have to think about that, but you do bring up a good point. But I think it's because Hela has birthright over this.
No, I mean you're probably right. I just kind of felt like, because again, it's not like she's not holding it, but she's destroying it. I just, she's the goddess of death, so can end metal.
Metal.
True. Odin and Frigga are together in the afterlife now. Aww. That's true.
Yeah.
Aw.
And yeah, um, I mean, yeah, even though there's like comedic moments, this movie does still have time to have the emotional moments too. It doesn't. Like there's very few there are still moments of peace, I guess.
It's true. It's true. I mean, there are it. You know, um, uh, Mjolnir was enchanted.
Mjolnir.
Oh, okay. Was enchanted with the worthy thing when Odin banished Thor.
Yeah, that's when it got the Thor curse. That's when it got the worthy curse. No, enchantment
Mm-hmm.
on it. So I think the hammer is that is a recent thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Yeah, but I was. I guess I was like, what? That's not.
Yeah.
She has a claim to the throne. From her perspective, she is worthy. Well, from Thor's perspective, he was worthy, before, and he got banished. So, and couldn't hold his hammer anymore. um, so another thing that I was like, um, about was I thought it was really cool that Jeff Goldblum was in the movie from Jurassic Park. I did recognize him, and I like him as an actor. Um, and he was funny, but yet I knew he was supposed to be this kind of intimidating, powerful person. I mean that's how they spoke of him anyway. But it was too much. I guess I felt like with him it was too much comedy. I expected a little bit more intimidation, and
I
I'm
don't know what it is
nitpicking.
about
I'm
this.
nitpicking.
I do like. I don't know. I kind of see what you mean. But I just feel like, it's just Jeff Goldblum. Be Jeff Goldblum. just be yourself. But space gangster, space mafia, space Jabba the Hutt, I guess.
But Jabba the Hutt wasn't funny. And not that.
Maybe to you, I found it funny.
It was, I don't know, because they were talking about how like nobody ever gets out of here, and then he goes and he kills who did he kill, his cousin or something?
Something
With a
like
stick.
some. Okay, let's say apparently the what's his name? What's his character's name? It was
You're asking the wrong girl. Jabba the Hutt wasn't funny. Thor wasn't in a slave. But that could have worked.
Grandmaster. Oh, okay. Apparently I don't know if this movie makes it. But in the comics, the Grandmaster and the Collector from Guardians of the Galaxy are related.
The Collector. The Collector was in the first one?
The first Guardians of the Galaxy, yes.
Okay,
the one that, was going to get the Power Stone.
I think I remember what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and another thing about Jeff Goldblum's character. He's the Grandmaster? That's who he is? His character's name?
Yeah, the character,
okay,
the Jeff Goldblum's the Grandmaster.
Okay. The robe that he wore reminded me of Snoke's. But more like as if he took
fashionable.
As if he took Snoke's robe and all right, well, I'm gonna rip this arm off. I'm gonna make it blue or red or whatever it was. And I'm gonna bedazzle it. Yeah, and I was like, but it. I mean, I didn't do a side by side, but I think it really looked like it. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I was like,
that's interesting. This movie came out in 2017, and Last Jedi also came out in 2017.
Ooh.
This movie came out in November. Last Jedi came out in December.
Can you imagine if it was the same prop and they just fixed it? Can somebody Google this? Grandmaster is Snoke. Frankie confirmed. I should make.
We found. That's who he is. We found it finally.
I should make I should make a theory video, but be really serious about it, and see who buys into it.
The theory video after everything's already been revealed.
Yes.
It just hit me. It's like, wait a minute, isn't Snoke the robe's real.
I don't know.
But still, do that video. You should do that. It's like Snoke is the Grandmaster.
I'm telling you, with all the nonsense I see on YouTube that people take seriously, I really like. I legitimately want to do like a social experiment and make up a bunch of BS and see who buys it. I mean, I'm too nice to do something like that, but it's just so frustrating sometimes. Anyway.
Oh, and so we have Scourge,
Scourge the
machine gun
Executioner.
guy.
Um,
That's,
I like the journey of his character in this movie. I will say that. Um, because I was have we seen him before or was this the first time we saw him?
first time we've seen him in ever
Okay.
in the MCU, and he's played by the actor who played Bones in the reboot Star Trek movie.
Oh, it's been too long since I've seen it. I wouldn't remember
Yeah.
him.
He also played Aemir in Lord of the Rings, but you haven't seen that one movie yet.
Just the first one, and that was a long time ago too. I mean, I'm only 21. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe 10 years ago.
Also, Kate Blanchett was in Lord of the Rings too, and so it's like here's these two Lord of the Rings characters who look like noble people, very high, pretty people, and then you have them in Thor Ragnorak, and they look like these
Yeah.
villains.
Um,
Carl Urban, yeah.
Carl Urban. Okay. How the MCU and Star Wars kind of not related. um, okay, so I mean, it was sad because he was one of the people from their world. Like he was one of them, like one of their
Asgardian.
Asgardians. Yeah, like and then Hela came and killed everyone. Oh, did she kill Thor's best friend? Is that who that was?
Yeah, she killed the Warriors 3. Just like that.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, I honestly, that's one of my biggest issues is, like, they're just axed, and they're never mentioned again after this. Like, we never see, like, Thor, feel upset about this.
Yeah, I feel like that's okay. That's like the equivalent. Well, okay, yeah, like not having it be acknowledged, and not having Thor have that moment of like finding out about it and being sad. It's almost like when in the Force Awakens when at the very end when Chewie comes back with Rey and Finn or whatever, and Leia and Chewie don't hug, like that was like an oversight on their part, and that was like a big mistake.
Yeah, that's kind of that same.
I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like that.
Yeah, Lady Sif though was not in this movie, so she survived.
Okay, well that's good.
But yeah, I liked the Warriors 3 in the last two
He's
Thor
Hogan
movies.
Pepper
So
fight. He did.
I was really upset that they were just bit parts in this movie.
Yeah. Chewie should have been on his knees in front of Leia. Right. Well, they fixed it in The Rise of Skywalker when he finds out that Leia died. Well, not that they fixed it, but they made sure they didn't, Leia and Chewie hugged later in a comic. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Also, they do hug in The Last Jedi at the very end, which I'm assuming was just because it's like, okay, we have to have Leia and Chewie hug this time.
Yeah. It's like
we heard the audience.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, so I really so Hela shows up and she's all powerful. She kills everyone. I thought it was frustrating that Scourge, kind of. I mean, I realized he probably didn't have much of a choice, but he just decided.
Just a janitor.
Yeah, there you go. He just decided to follow her, but at the same time, I get he really didn't have a choice. Like, you see how powerful she is, aren't you going to just kind of go along with it? But then he seemed like he was legitimately, like he says, like he wants to prove himself or something. I don't know if that was genuine or if he was just trying to cover
Yeah, I
himself.
do believe he genuinely felt like he wasn't. He definitely wanted to be something
Right.
bigger than what he was, considering he was just a probably like a side. Like nobody remembers him. Nobody knows who he is or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like this is the first movie.
Right.
So yeah, for him to finally become like for him to like Hela just sees this first person to actually like the probably like one of the only people to actually join her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, I'll give you whatever. You're being nice to me.
Yeah. And she needed him, and so like, and he wanted to be needed, and prove himself. I'm glad we didn't have to see him like execute anyone. Like that one scene where they pulled the girl out of the crowd. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god, please, please don't do this. And
yeah. I was tense. I was like, okay, how far are they gonna go with this? Is it gonna
yeah,
happen? Is it not gonna happen? There's actual tension in there.
yeah, I was glad that that didn't happen. um, but yeah, it is until the end that he proves himself. So I like
Also,
that moment in the end where he just whips out his
and
machine
starts
guns and he
destroying.
just starts shooting everybody so that the ship can take off.
Yeah,
He ends up dying, but he dies saving everyone, like literally saving all his
yeah.
people. Um,
And I do honestly. This really it really going to Hela like completely just annihilating the army just really shows how scary powerful she is, and she like does it effortlessly.
yeah, I was like, how though? Like, how is she doing? How is she doing this? Like, I'm assuming like this is a pretty powerful army. Like, um, I don't know. Like, I was, I guess it bothered me, but at the same time, I get it. Like, they have to tell their story. She's just powerful than all of them. But I mean,
Yeah,
nobody stood a chance. Like, nobody could hold up against her.
yeah. Well, I think she's also like unkillable, at least to these lower Asgardians or
Yeah,
whatever weapons they were using.
yeah. Thor was literally the only one who could take her out. Um,
Oh, I want to make I want to make a Palpatine meme
uh oh.
with from that in. So it's like I want to like something with Loki's like says like hit her with a bolt of lightning. Palpatine's like I just hit Ray with the biggest bolt of lightning in history and it did nothing.
There you go. Goddess of Death. How do you beat that? I mean, I know. I like I said, I know I'm nitpicking. I know I'm nitpicking, but
um,
so I'm playing devil's advocate. Why did they do this? um, let's see.
she just like goes on this huge speech about everything, and then they're like, all right, whoever you are. It's like whoever I am. Did you not hear me? Like I just explained my whole history.
Oh, the goddess of death. She certainly lives up to the name.
And yet, Heimdall is kind of saving everybody that he can. Which is get some cool scenes with him.
Remind me who that is? Oh, it's Frankie. The fight scenes like the army were just stage setting, raise the stakes and stuff. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I
Oh,
see. Yeah,
we get
no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
we so so Thor and Loki get complete. So going back, when Thal is showing up, Thor and Loki get knocked into like out of their hyperspace Bifrost into the other world,
Mm-hmm.
and they Thor gets taken by Valkyrie, who's this drunk bounty hunter of sorts, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or collect, and she. We do get so Thor's put in prison,
Uh huh.
and he meets these other like gladiator prisoners,
Uh huh.
like Korg and Eek, the rock guy.
Uh huh. Oh yes, yes, yes.
Which, by the way, the rock guy is actually played by Taika Waititi.
Yes, I heard that. I was talking to someone and told them that I watched this movie, and I mentioned, talking about Taika Waititi. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's that person." I was like, "Oh," and like then you hear the voice, and it, um,
Hey man, Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'm Thor. This week. And
I liked his character.
the Red Star Revolution. But I didn't print enough pamphlets. The only people who came was my mom and her boyfriend, who I hate.
uh,
Mika's just Korg and Mika are just great characters, like great little side characters in this.
and he kept talking about the guy who died, like, oh, you remind me of
Doug.
Doug, yeah,
Doug's
so and so. But he turned out to not be Doug. Thor survived.
I do love also like so we in the armory, Thor sees Valkyrie again, and he finds out she's a Valkyrie, and he's like, "Oh, you're a Valkyrie. I've heard about you. When I was a kid, I wanted to be you until I found out they could only be women. But no, there's a problem with that. I love women, and then it's about time we get a bunch of warrior women."
He's just like digging himself into a deeper and deeper hole.
I think it's a really cute. Like he loves. He's so proud of them.
Yeah.
He's like they're awesome.
Yeah, he admire he's someone because he's a warrior himself. He admires other warriors and
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting the Willy Wonka song in the movie.
That little when Thor's like in the chair and he's about to meet the Grandmaster and he's in that weird tunnel of freakiness.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even put that together. I didn't even realize that. But speaking of a song, they kept using that rock song. They used it like twice in the movie. And I don't know the name of it, but I always associate that song with School of Rock.
Oh, yes, the School of Rock song.
Because that's the first time I ever heard that song. So I was like, wait a minute. Like, why am I, like, I don't know. It's just.
It's Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Okay, so the funny, like, I don't know if you heard the story in School of Rock, but this was back, I think this was also back when Led Zeppelin was very, they didn't, like, give out their songs for media.
Uh-huh.
So, School of Rock had to beg for this song.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I guess I don't know, over time they became more lenient, but yeah, they used this song for the trailer.
Oh.
So I was like, oh. And the thing about the song is it's actually about Nordic stuff. So it's about like Asgard, Thor, all that sort of stuff. So that's another kind of.
It's hard to tell with all the screaming in it.
Oh yeah, that. But it was I love that song, and it was so good to hear, especially in the two scenes, especially the ending scene where they use it.
It's so funny, like. It's kind of, for me, it was kind of like, initially it was like kind of jolting. I was like it seems out of place, but at the same time, it's funny, and it does actually add something to it, like, to the scene.
Yeah. I was actually, I forgot to, like, say this to, like, prepare you after Ant-Man. I was like, are you ready to rock? Right.
Oh, I should have done that in my photo for the thumbnail. Yeah, it did work for the movie. Like, I was like, this is kind of weird, but it also kind of works. So, I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, the song and cinematography for the ending was great. Cinematography was very good.
Yeah. So that's when we get the lead to Thor battling the Hulk, and. We already kind of discussed that.
Wait, the scene when they're in like the arena?
Yeah, this is when Thor gets. We have that. It's kind of other things like it was like you're embarrassing me. I told you we were friends. I told.
And there was just no getting through to him.
Yeah, and of course this is when we get the hint of Thor's inner power.
Mm-hmm.
Which is,
yeah, that's when he gets all with the eyes and his God of Thunderness.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like a Make-A-Wish kid said, you should call like Hulk like a friend from work or something like that.
The friend from work line was pushed by a Make-A. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's nice that they did that.
Yeah. Um, but we get so Thor wakes up in his lounge room or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and Thor's in a spa.
Is that where he is? Where I was like,
Spa bath,
this is where like.
hot tub.
Oh, I don't remember that. I remember him being in the Hulk's living quarters or whatever they were.
You, you don't remember Naked Hulk?
I hope I didn't. Oh, did I doze? I can admit. Okay, I will say this. There were parts where I dozed. But I don't that. But that was early enough in the movie. I don't think I dozed then.
Yeah, Thor's like asking like how'd you get here? And Thor's like gets or
Wait, Naked
Hulk gets
Thor
out.
or Naked Hulk?
No, both.
Oh,
I
I was
guess
gonna say I remember Naked Hulk. I don't remember Naked Thor.
he's shirtless, I guess.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we get a view of the Hulk, and I was like, who is that doing
Am I
anything
right
for? Mrs. Hulk? I mean, come on. I was like, what is the
Yeah,
purpose
so
of that?
Thor finds the Quinjet that Hulk was in from Age of Ultron. We haven't seen Hulk since Age of Ultron.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Me personally, I don't. It's one of the weird things. It's not explained, and it's implied, but it's not explained how he got here, how Hulk ended up on another planet.
Right, right. Strongest Avenger. Yeah.
Strongest Avenger. Strongest Avenger. Damn you, Stark.
uh, yeah, that
then,
that scene was funny.
then, yeah, so this is when Hulk or Thor pitches the Revengers with Valkyrie
Mm-hmm.
and Hulk. Oh, yeah, I do love that when he's like arguing with Hulk, and Hulk's like a big kid. He gets like insulting. He just like sits in the corner. He's like, no, I'm not talking to you.
He's having like a temper tantrum. Point Break is a reference to Thor's hair and Patrick Swayze from the movie Point Break. Oh.
Yeah, Tony calls Thor Point Break in the first. I think it's the only time he calls him that in the first Avengers movie, and they first meet.
Oh.
So that joke came back.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, so Thor makes his plan with Valkyrie, escapes to the jet, and Hulk breaks the jet as he makes his way in. That's when Thor hits the nat button, hits Black Widow. This video.
Oh, and then he gets all upset, and I was like, oh, that was like one of those, poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, you ignored her. You shouldn't have ignored her then. You know what? That's what you get. Not that that's what you get, but like you shouldn't have ignored her.
So yeah, Banner comes back and he hasn't been Banner for like 2 years.
Yeah, and he thinks it's still like he's still in the
Ultron.
event.
It's
Yeah,
still Ultron for him.
yeah. Like he's like, oh, is everyone okay? Or where is so and so? And
That was 2 years ago, man. It's like what? And it's kind of interesting. It's like he of course he doesn't like Hulk didn't want to be Banner. Again, because this is because he said Earth hate Hulk.
Yeah.
But this planet loves him. This planet he's here he is loved.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to lose that.
Right. But
It's true.
he was mad she used him. Remember, she pushed him off the city. She needed the big guy. But
Yeah.
for the sake of saving people,
I don't know.
He should-
Hulk's kind of a different mindset than Banner a lot of the time.
I mean, pushing isn't very nice, but
But yeah. But it's nice to actually see Hulk, Banner, and Thor. I love Thor's I don't love Banner. I love Hulk. I love you. Banner's almost science and numbers. And then later he's like, I don't love the Hulk. I prefer you. It's like who's like it's like is it like who's the real god of lies or
Yeah.
tricks? It's like in this, it's like Loki or Thor here.
Poor Banner.
And
He had to wear Tony
yeah,
Stark's clothes.
yeah, he's like Tony's clothes are still on that jet, so
That was
they're the
funny.
only clothes for.
His clothes were in pretty good shape for having sitting there for 2 years in a junkyard.
Yeah, and so Valkyrie and Loki are called into uh, round up Thor because he's escaped,
Hmm.
and that's when Loki and Valkyrie have a small fight, and then Loki sees or like re-emerges Valkyrie's old memories of her fight with Hela,
Uh-huh.
which honestly though that the imagery in that is like just beautiful, and the paint it's almost like a painting.
Oh, I do remember that scene. Okay, I was like, oh crap, did I sleep through that? But now I remember it. Yeah, that was really cool.
It's just
Took me a
it's
second.
so it's such a well shot
Hmm.
scene,
Yeah.
and gives us some backstory on the character.
Hmm. Tight pants.
Oh, Tony's pants are tighter than Banner's.
Oh.
And oh yeah, so Valkyrie finds Thor and brings in a captured Loki,
Hmm.
which Thor hits with something because he's been throwing things at Loki all day. It's like, is this real Loki or is this fake Loki?
And at that point, it was fake, right?
No, it was this one was real. Earlier it was a fake Loki,
Wasn't it?
but
I
yeah,
think
he
wasn't
hits
it?
Loki.
Wasn't it the very end that it's actually him? I thought it was. I really
No, at
don't.
the very end it's also him too.
I thought there was only just the one scene where it was really him.
No, yeah, this one like Loki's captured in the chair,
Oh, okay.
and they're discussing, and they're discussing their plans
Mm-hmm.
to go through the devil's pathway.
Uh-huh.
And it's like Banner's also like he's seen Loki again. He's just like, so whose side are you on this time? Are you the enemy or it's like it varies.
It does.
And they're discussing, and it's just like I can't trust this guy. It's like she's like, yeah, I don't agree. It's like, yeah, he's tried to kill me too. Like remember once we were kids, like he transformed himself into a snake, and then he knows I love snakes, so I picked up the snake, and then he transformed back. He's like, it's me, and he stabbed me. We were 8.
I felt like in this movie overall, like Loki was trustworthy. Like overall he wasn't as much of it wasn't as malicious, I guess, as he was in the other movies. Um,
Yeah,
but
I think the thing with Loki is he's always wanted attention,
mhm.
and usually his malicious ways are a way of getting that. But here he's just getting the simple attention he's always wanted. Like especially when he was Odin, it's like, oh, here everybody loves me again, or everybody's kind of like liking me or respects me or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's always kind of being mischievous, but he's always in this Loki's at least always desired like attention in a way.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I felt like he was not as troublesome as he was in the other movies. Like he was in this movie, he was there when he was needed, as opposed to the other movies when like Thor needed him. In the last minute, he backstabbed him or something. Like, so I don't know if that was just character development or
Well, in the last one, I think the last one we backstabbed. That was a fake out to get the villain in that movie on like to trick them.
Okay. It has been a while since I've seen it, so and I only saw it once, so my memory's not great.
But yeah, Loki's gotten a lot of character development in this, especially in this one. It's just kind of show, especially when him and Thor are in the elevator and they're like discussing like I think I'm gonna live here or something like that. I think people love me here. I'm just gonna stay here. Thor's like, yeah, you know what, you're fine. Like kind of Thor and Loki come to a realization. It's like, yeah, we care about each other, but we don't probably never gonna be trustworthy of each other.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we get the get help. It's like, get help! My brother's dying. Help him! Chuck's like, I hate it. You love it. It's totally fun.
Let's see what else.
Yeah, that's when they steal the Grandmaster's plane,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when they make their way. They get the chase scene
Mm-hmm.
with all the other ships.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's almost like this whole the kind of imagery and everything just feels like another part of the Guardians of the Galaxy world.
Yeah, it definitely. This movie definitely had that vibe to it. I think that's a good way to put it. Which again also made it very different from the other movies. It had a very different feel. The pleasure craft for orgies and stuff. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Like,
Yeah.
don't touch anything. Oh, God.
Yeah. And okay, so yeah, they finally get back to Asgard, and they're able to. So Thor decides to distract Hela by facing her head on, while Valkyrie and Banner get the Asgardians, refugees basically,
Mm-hmm.
to save them. And this is one of my favorite lines. It's just like, when he's talking with Hela, he's like, I would love to let someone else rule, but not you. You're just the worst. He's just like, yeah, no, I can't. I don't like you.
And wasn't it Loki who got the ship?
Yeah, Loki. Korgan, the revolutionaries, find Loki and set him free from the little taser that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
And so Loki decides to take leadership, and they follow him. So, but Loki, I guess in this moment, like he realizes it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I can do both. I can go help my brother, but I can also be like, hey, I'm your savior to the Asgardians. So I'm gonna do both. That's why when he showed, it's like, your savior is here.
Yeah.
And
I guess it is a little bit of a ego-driven in this movie.
And so this is another one of the moments where I was like, I felt like the comedy kind of ruined the epicness.
Uh-huh.
Is when the big giant Hela's wolf that is about to attack everybody on the bridge, like Banner jumps out of the plane to stop it and transforms into the Hulk. Except he doesn't. He just bounces off of the bridge. I was just like, okay, that's funny.
Kind of random.
For a little more epic moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works, but it was just like first time I saw the movie, it was just like, oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. There were a couple moments like that. But yeah, that's definitely one of them.
So yeah, during Hela and Thor's fight, Thor loses his eye.
Yeah. Oh. When in that scene, I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Like, I didn't realize what happened at first, because it wasn't like a big. I know it wasn't like she did it and he's like screaming like, ah, my eye, like not like when Luke got his hand chopped off and it's like, no. Worked before it could work again. Yeah. So, but then I realized what happened. I was like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
But, like his father.
Yeah. And then of course, at their fight, we get the moment where Thor, looks inside himself and he has a conversation with Odin, like spirit Odin of
Mm-hmm.
sorts, and he's talking. It's like without my hammer, it's like, are you Thor, god of hammers? It's like your power. It's a very kind of I don't know how to describe this scene, but it feels like a Star Wars scene
Mm-hmm.
where the mentors kind of discussing to the youth.
Yeah.
You know, that you're stronger than me. You're more powerful. You know what to do.
Yeah.
You just need to do it.
Mm-hmm. You know, I agree. It's definitely a important, powerful moment.
And then Thor unleashes his power, and we get a very, very epic scene of him battling everything on the bridge.
Yeah.
With the immigrant song playing in the background.
Once again.
I love that scene.
When Thor looked at the broken pieces in the palace, his image had a crack across his eye. Oh, I didn't notice that. I mean, I remember him looking at his picture, but I didn't notice the crack.
Yeah.
Thor has an eye patch in the end. It's on a ship. Is he a space pirate now?
Space pirate.
Ah.
And you know, Valkyrie also, like, she gets in the fight too. Hulk's battling the wolf. Everybody's like trying to get on the ship. It's a really great scene. And then, so we take out the army, and now it's just up to Loki, Thor, and Valkyrie to take down Hela.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thor realizes, okay, we can't save this place, but we gotta save the people. And the only way to stop Hela is to take this place out.
Yeah.
So they send Loki to go put that fiery guy Surtur from the beginning and get him relit back up.
Yeah, with the what is it? The Eternal Flame.
Yeah, the Eternal Flame to basically cause Ragnarok, which is the Nordic apocalypse.
Yeah.
So that's why this movie's called Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize all that at first until I was going back and reading the notes.
And I do love that scene. It's like Hela's like, you cannot stop. And he's like, yeah, but he can. And yeah, so Thor, they stop Hela for a bit, and then they're like, okay, people are safe. Now we just need to get, now we just need to make sure that, Surtur destroys Asgard and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Hulk kind of kicks. It's like, no, Hulk, stop! Don't smash! It's like, big monster. So Thor and Valkyrie escape with Hulk, and Hela is defeated, and Asgard is destroyed.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of sad, but like I like I like the message of, Asgard is the people, not the place.
It's the people.
Yeah, which
I do love that. I love that message too.
Yeah.
And,
taking notes for this movie would have been hell. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't end up doing it. I was like, I know this is going to be a more action-packed movie, and those are the ones I find I always have to really pay attention in, so I didn't take notes.
Yeah.
I did print out wiki notes, but they're like a lot. There's a lot. This is like definitely the most the longest and most detailed of the wiki notes that I've seen so far.
Yeah. I just have the wiki on a tab and just scroll down. So yeah, so Thor is now king of the Asgardian people.
Good to know.
And they're in the ship, and they make Thor's got a new eye patch now.
Mm-hmm.
And Loki's here saying, here. And they make their way they make a discussion where they're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they decide on Earth.
Because why not?
Because first we were going to see, where did Meek live? Meek's dead. Like, I stepped on him accidentally. Oh no, wait, Meek's alive. Where did you want to go again? Now let's go to Earth.
And I guess there was like setting it up for another movie. I don't know if they're gonna do another Thor movie, but I guess I kind of set it up.
Um, so yeah, that's the end of the movie. We have the after credit scene where a ship shows up
Mm-hmm.
next to their ship. I'm not going to say what's on that ship. I'm just going to
Okay.
say that there's a big ship.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and the the Grandmaster's been kind of taken out, not taken out. The revolution kind of uprooted his rule for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, good job, everybody. You can't have a revolution without somebody to take over. So pat him back. It's a tie. So
I liked when Hulk looked at Loki, made a fist.
so yeah. So I guess I don't know if your opinions changed, but what did you think?
I mean, definitely helpful to talk to talk about it, like the good points of it. Um, I feel like for me to appropriately rank the Thor movies, I would have to watch the first and the last one again. Um,
Yeah.
because I love the second one. Like that one's definitely my favorite of the three. Um, I think again I'm not too into like the action packed movies, and a lot of these movies are. And I found so far that the ones that are my favorite are the ones that aren't really like that. Like this movie had a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of action, and while it was all good, like I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Like I think it's a very good movie. I think it was very well done. It's just not, not my style. But I do like, I can appreciate like the messages. You know, those
Yeah.
those those little moments in the
It's
movies that movie that was,
it's
you know,
it's a very chaotic movie. Honestly, I'd say it's probably one of the most chaotic movies
yeah.
of all of them. Really,
Oh, well, I think so.
the
I
only one
think
I
Civil War was the most chaotic for me.
yeah,
But this one is up there.
yeah. It's like the only Civil War and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are probably the most like chaotic of.
But yet, Guardians of the Galaxy was a bit easier for me to follow.
Yeah.
But there was a lot in those movies too. But it was a little bit
Yeah.
easier for me. Maybe because I got pulled
Okay.
into the plot. MXC
Okay.
is censoring himself.
Okay. So
All right, all right.
that was
What's
our
next?
next is Avengers.
Oh, another Avengers movie. Okay, I didn't know there was
Yep.
another one.
Yep. Okay. We're next is Avengers: Infinity War.
I feel like I'm gonna need a drink to get through this movie. Okay.
Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna be honest. This one's actually surprisingly simple.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a very simple movie. It's a very simple story in this movie.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So I guess we can announce something
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Friday.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Friday we will not be doing discussion, but we will be doing but nerdy on Twitch. We're gonna try something. We're gonna try a live reaction to the movie. It'll be like the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars. Like there'll be a timer and all that sort of thing. But yeah, we're gonna see. We do a live reaction for
Do you want to do it on Twitch or
to the
YouTube?
vid-
Do you want to do it on Twitch or
What?
YouTube?
I'd say Twitch.
Twitch?
Probably, yeah, probably get easier to everybody. We can
I guess we could.
block spoilers easier on Twitch than
True.
YouTube. I'd say.
I guess I could be careful, not to
Yeah,
just not to look at the chat too much.
yeah. I'd say yeah. It's kind of like don't read too much of the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it might be. I mean, we could talk about it though. But it might be easier for them to moderate on YouTube because on Twitch we're gonna get more people.
Well, you could turn it to followers only.
Ooh. I didn't know that. We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
he's
just
saying
for
I'm gonna
just for
clear the
that.
chat nonstop. Well, let me think about it. We'll talk
Well,
about it.
yeah, it's not set in stone. It was an idea.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
Sub only. Okay.
I could see that too.
I feel like YouTube might be easier. We'll talk about it. We'll think about it. But either way, we are definitely going to do it this Friday.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be
And
YouTube.
then we'll discuss the movie Sunday.
Yeah. Sub only will work. Okay, so if we do Twitch, it'll be
Yeah.
Um,
And
well, well, wait. I'm assuming you mean follow, right? YouTube would probably be just bad. Oh, you think? Okay.
yeah, YouTube. We can't really like control what happens on YouTube, but it will be. Um,
But we get less people. Like we,
it's,
you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
I don't know. I mean, if you put in your, if you put like the, I guess if you put like, you know, you're reacting to this movie, um, you might have more people flooding in, but I don't know. Like it's up in the air. So I'd say Twitch. I
well,
don't
yeah,
know.
and I don't want Captain Spike to miss out on it either. Um, I
I mean,
appreciate you coming
he
in.
won't miss it. He just won't be able to chat. In chat only, you can.
Oh, I
And
see. All right, so you would still be able to watch. All right,
yeah,
well,
follower and sub only. You have to be following your sub to chat, but you can still watch the video.
YouTube will be
And
best.
yeah,
I think I kind of
we'll
agree.
see. We'll
All right.
discuss it.
Well, less people is fine. I prefer it to just be like, like our regulars. Um, we'll think it over. We'll discuss it and figure out what's easiest. But I will post on the community. I think yeah, the community section or the announcement section on my YouTube channel. Um, of where we'll be doing it. So just stay
Yeah,
tuned for that. Like keep an eye on the channel this week for the announcement. Um, I'll let you
yeah.
guys know.
Uh,
Captain
so yeah,
Spike.
that's
Captain Spike, are you on Discord? Because if you are, we can send you an invite, and we put the announcements and stuff on there too.
but yeah. You can and also you can pull these the VODs off of Twitch and YouTube or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah, I can always put it on. Oh, you're not on Discord. Okay. I'll also
so
put it on my social media as well, like what we'll do.
yeah. Um, yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like if we can, if you ever want to like put this on your other channel,
Mm-hmm.
like the reactions, you
Right.
can
I see.
like yeah for
Yeah.
later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, be excited for that. We'll be discussing that the movie Sunday, and we'll see what we'll be doing Friday.
Okay. Yeah. So again, so it's just gonna be like a watch party. So to prevent any copyright strikes, I'm not going to be actually putting the video up. But, what I'll do is I'm just going to put the timer up. It's going to kind of be the thing. Like, if you guys want to come, like, come at the start so that we can, like, I'm going to set the timer when I start. But I guess even if you come in late, just look at the timer and,
And the matchup, yeah.
and just match up. So, it's different, but it is still a lot of fun. So, yeah, have your own video
Yeah.
ready. But I'll be doing it through Disney Plus. So, Holden Hartman did the same thing for one of the Avengers movies. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so they're a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with them. I'm also gonna be doing it for the Mandalorian. I did it for Clone Wars. We did it for some Mandalorian episodes. Um, so yeah, it's a good time. It's fun to watch it together. So and like we're like reacting at the same time, so it's cool.
So yeah, I've been waiting for this one, so I'm excited
Yeah.
to see how you react and
Frankie, have you tested
discuss.
streaming while watching a video? I haven't. I could always. Well, this is what I usually watch. No, I have. I have because I usually pull it up on one of my devices, like on my laptop or my phone when I watch it,
Yeah.
so it doesn't
Also,
interfere.
yeah, you can download the movie, and apparently Disney Plus like gives you 30 days for the downloaded movie.
I could do that too. But
Um,
it should be fun. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be really bad if, of all times for the internet to go out? But it's been good lately. Like my internet's been pretty, knock on wood. It's been like it hasn't been going out.
yeah.
So
Okay.
all right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
What the
Oh,
Twitch?
I got a Twitch notification. Oh, I can't check it. Maybe somebody watching just went over and followed. Whoever did that, thank you. I appreciate that. This way, yeah, you'll know when we go live. So thank you for that. Yeah, I have the Twitch notifications up. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys as always for watching, for hanging out and chatting with us. Again, check the again, I think it's the community section on my YouTube channel. Check social media. I will be announcing where we'll be doing the watch party. So, sorry, Captain Spike. I guess that was you. Thank you. You were probably like, oh crap, I did something. Why? What just happened? Because I have my Twitch thing in another section on OBS, so I still get the alerts for it. But yeah, so okay, yeah, we'll keep you guys in the loop on that, on what we'll be doing. But they're fun, so I hope you guys can come and hang out with us. And as always, check out the Inspector Who Reacts. He's got some great videos on there. Just click on his name; it'll take you right to his channel. And yeah, so. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. And remember, I won't be on Twitch tomorrow because, I get to work overtime. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. I won't be on Twitch tomorrow because I have to work overtime. So I will be back Wednesday, streaming Old Republic on Twitch. So yeah.
And we'll be back. She'll be on Twitch Wednesday, and we'll see what happens Friday and Sunday here. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Time next Sunday for the discussion. So, all right, guys. Yes, happy adulting. Have a great night. Everyone be happy, be safe, be well, and we will catch you all soon.